Sometimes I might seem unconventional. Sometimes I try avoid the usual. But people try to tell me how to live. I try to live my own life, my own way. Let me live my life.
Oh, let me live my life.
Let me live my life.
Oh, let me live my life right now.
Morning, can you see that above us? Well, we're at the Central Market in Inhambane, and instead of getting horrible food for a sea kayak trip we're doing tomorrow, we thought we'd make better food. They don't like you photographing them here, but this is the market in Inhambane. It's the same ingredients every day, and you've got to find a new spin every day. Most of the markets in Mozambique are organic fresh produce markets, and Garth and I have the task of feeding 18 odd friends that are travelling with us. So going to the market is a challenging daily exercise in how to turn unfamiliar produce into tasty food. But I think we're up to the challenge. What's that, brother?
That's probably the most pure salt you're ever going to get.
Like a browny, dirty colour. They got to go and get change from a brother's cousin's sister.
And the good thing is you can actually stand and wait and your change comes back.
I'm doing a bit of surreptitious filming now. I don't know if you can see behind. We're trying to buy these. What are they called? Garth, what are they called?
What is it called? Jiri jiri.
Jiri jiri beans. We're going to make jiri jiri type hummus. It's okay, I'm not filming you, darling. I don't like to be filmed in a Mumbai market, so we just film ourselves. These two lovely ladies to my left here. Behind me, see them? They're doing the royal rip-off at the moment, but they're quite cool because you don't mind like them taking the mickey out of you by charging triple what they charge the locals. We can't speak the language even, so we just have to take it. Next time you come to Mozambique, bring a translator or someone who speaks Portuguese. Otherwise, it's going to cost you triple. You can buy virtually anything you want in the markets in Mozambique. There's only one important rule though. Negotiate, negotiate, and negotiate. Going to any new destination is always going to present you with a set of problems that you could never have anticipated. My advice? Just be humble and smile a lot. That seems to disarm even the toughest cookies, and in the medium term means that you get the best deals from your soon-to-be new best friends. Just make sure that everyone gets to leave with a smile. Only problem is, even with our new friends helping us, some items are virtually impossible to find. Happy good? Obrigado.
Yeah, obrigado.
What are we looking for?
Chicken livers. And you
Chicken
think
livers.
in a place like this it would be like a staple diet. But
It's like massive Portuguese influence here. We've been to little shops, the market, the restaurants. We're trying everything. And we're going to try another one now because really keen on something a bit fleshy. Restaurants, bars, the whole lot. Still looking for chicken livers. After much soul searching, still no joy. I don't know how many places Garth and I have tried out. Eh? Garth? Millions. Finally, it's the only place that can help us out with our chicken livers because after I don't know how many restaurants, shops and markets, someone sorted us out inside. Chicken livers.
I don't know if it's a half kilo though.
That'll do. I'm just going to make a little bit of a pate. Sit there. Tara, you rock. Thank you so much. That was Tara. Sorted us out with our chicken livers. Now we're going to have a real espresso because we can. So our last thing we're looking for, some fresh crab.
thank you very much.
We're still not having any joy with crab. There's no one in the shop. Another one bites the dust. They say try the market. We've tried the market. We've tried the shops. We've tried the restaurants. No joy. Been here for so long that I don't even feel like a tourist anymore. So we've still got to get some crabs. Let's check out if this is the spot. This is the tofu market.
Do you have any crab? The big one.
Maybe later. What time? 4 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, so maybe we can... Okay, thank you. Obrigado. So that dude's name is Mr. Price. And I reckon he says 4 o'clock he'll bring them to the lodge, which is quite a score.
Toyota. Very nice car.
Toyota, very nice car. Cool. Should we go and cook back at the spot?
Take time to get to know where you want to go. The spirit wants to go, so let go of all inhibitions. To rush, to crush.
Right. The whole reason of going to a market and collecting all the fresh ingredients is really to look after your friends. So we're making a green peanut type of hummus. Guy's gonna make up a chicken liver pate, and if we're lucky, the guys that we met in the market earlier on are gonna bring us some big Mozambican crabs, or make a crab pot. So I'm gonna start mashing my green peanuts. These guys have just been boiled up for like half an hour, 45 minutes in salt water. If you check here, that's what they were like earlier on. When you squash them open, there you've got that little bean inside, but you can't eat them like this, you've got to cook them. So Garth, you head on to yours, I'll start mashing up my...
Okay, so I've cooked some chicken livers, just fried them off quickly. A little bit of olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic, and 2 onions. And yeah, well, we don't have a blender yet, and we haven't got a masher either. So I'm going to just chop them up roughly, and we're going to have sort of a rustic pate, I would say.
That ugly bandage on his hand, a couple of weeks ago, Garth pulled what? Oil over it.
Veggie oil, eh?
Hot veggie oil. And he burnt his whole hand. In fact, they said that if he wasn't a level 5 medic and protected his own hand, he probably would have lost fingers.
Yeah, this is my main one, eh?
Check the danger of being in a kitchen, eh? Nothing comes quickly when it comes to food, eh? But we're not really in any sort of rush either. Apparently, there's this big party going on tonight in the bar that's just over the hill. Isn't that like a blackboard sound? Right, now that it's all nicely mashed up like that, there's only a couple of things left to do. First part, got to chop up an onion, fine slices, some garlic, chuck it into your peanut mixture. So you should chuck in a little bit of paprika. I'm just going to chuck in a chili or 2. And these are bird's eyes, seeds and all. Roughly chopped chili. Garth, why don't you crush some of this? Garlic, coriander seeds, pepper, cumin. It's just mashing that all together, eh? A little bit of, and this is sea salt. If you check here, in fact, you can see the color of it. This is salt that they do out in mudflats next to the Inhambane lagoon. See that dirty brown color? And it's so strong that that's all I'm going to use. Mash it up nicely, and then we're going to add some lemon juice. Squeeze it in. If any seeds fall in, just chuck them out. Go for it, young man. See, he's trying to get smart on me. I squeeze the other way like this, all the seeds fall in. Garth squeezes like this so that they don't. Don't think I didn't see that, eh? Pour that in. And last but not least, a bit of olive oil. It's probably going to be quite a lot. And I'm just going to mix this all together. Give it another pounding. And then it's about ready to have the butter poured on top to seal it and protect it. And you know, in olden days, what they would do is take clarified butter and pour it across things to help preserve them. You must understand, if you don't have a fridge, how do you keep stuff? It's kind of the theory. In olden days, they had dirt to preserve food. Garth, you want to carry on making yours now, eh?
So everything's chopped. It's just a case of making some peri-peri sauce.
Seems like the wind's dying down. I'm going to go and have a sip.
You are?
I'm going to try.
Here's a guy who grew up at the Midmar Dam and learned to surf at Sun City.
I'm going to see if they give me a longboard here.
Good luck.
And for the peri-peri sauce, I'm just going to use some normal green chilies, not too hot. But at the same time, we're going to put some bird's eyes to give it a bit of spice.
Some vuma vuma.
Okay, just a clove of garlic. Coriander, stalks and all. Just some lemon juice.
Don't go anywhere.
And just some olive oil. And put quite a bit in. A little bit of that lovely sea salt. Just going to give that a bash. And then it goes. So the chicken livers.
Here, my young lad.
What a pleasant surprise.
It's Mzansi. It's an organic wine. Isn't there something sad about watching your mate run down into the water in like a lycra skin-tight suit? Especially when he's like that, 3 months pregnant. Taste it.
It is.
Just smooth that out, Garth, on your one as well. Put it into one of those dishes, yeah? Pour melted butter. And just enough to coat the whole surface of the hummus, our green peanut hummus. And that's just going to get whacked in the fridge to cool down until it forms a nice skin over it. Is it all over? It must be fully coated over like that, Garth. Now all that's left to do is wait for our crab. Is he doing it? Still waiting for the guy, eh? By the time the crabs arrive, probably going to be a little bit like wobbly. And the guy I met in the market who said 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4 o'clock he'll be here. It's just not my day, eh? I can, you know. So there's no potted crab. If this happens again...
You're gonna throw it.
No. I'm just gonna go next door for a drink. Well, that's a fine end to a day. No wine.
And we're whining.
We're whining. No crab. But if you listen ever so slightly, you can hear the music next door. It's a little bit of a dark glasses morning. We got up at 7 for 7:30. It's 8 o'clock. We've got corpses wandering around this morning. The shenanigans in that bar last night have resulted in some rather thick heads this morning. In about 20 minutes, we're jumping on those boats and we're going to go for a little kayak. And then I've suggested that maybe we don't do the full kayak and run out on a rubber duck to the restaurant on the Island of Pigs, because I don't know if this body can cope with last night's activities on the water for 3 hours today. It's now 10 o'clock.
Move your body around, take your time. If you rush, you crush.
This looks like it may be more effort than happiness.
Where you want to go.
because the wind's basically with us. We'll be cutting across like this.
The whole idea of crossing to the island on kayaks was to test out a rustic local little restaurant that had Mozambican food. Paul Akut from Liquid Adventures had helped to set up this little community initiative, which is a real score for the locals. They earn income off the tourists who visit, and tourists get to experience a little slice of true Mozambique. What Paul didn't tell us about was the magnificent welcome by all the local children.
And Africa isn't for sissies.
We need to get there and get a beer.
Yeah, right now.
I can't wait for everyone else. They're coming across on a motorised boat and we got here first. So I want to go to the restaurant because with the restaurant is a bar. I have wet money. Ching ching, eh?
Ching. Just a kayaking.
Kayaking, we'll do that again tomorrow morning, twice. It's cold, colder than the beers. It's fantastic taste and flavour, and it's straight from the earth. Eh? The restaurant on the island is a humble affair, but the children were rapidly turning into the stars of our visit. The island's 1.5 kilometres by 1 kilometre, and I think that's the size of the pitch here. The impromptu soccer match played with 30-a-side and a ball made from plastic was, in my eyes, the real highlight of the day. The food served at the restaurant was a real experience. It was simple food, as eaten daily by the local Mozambicans. Nothing fancy by Western standards, but a real gourmet meal in Africa. Steamed crab, a tomato salad, rice, and freshly baked bread. And as far as I was concerned, it was just superb. Yes, we're going back to the island. Hopefully we don't have to row. That's all I can say. I'm dog-leg tired. I just want to climb into my bed and have a little 2-hour afternoon siesta. What an incredible day I had today. We were rowing across to the island of pigs, going to that local restaurant, testing out all their food, playing soccer with kids. My only regret really is that I couldn't stay there. But it's days like today that make me realise my heart's in Africa. I mean, there's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Okay, so it's pretty early in the morning. Justin's gone on a mission. I've also gone on a mission. Kind of helping each other out here. I'm looking for squid. Quanto?
70.
How much is that?
120.
Yes!
What's she getting?
6 kilos. Okay, so mission accomplished. 7 kilos of humongous squid. So I think we can certainly make a plan for supper tonight. But you'll have to wait and see. It's our last day in Bambuzi, packing the vehicles. Tomorrow morning early we're heading up to Vilanculos, and it's just time left for me to make up a little bit of grub for everyone. And today it's lula, 1 whole calamari. Garrett's going to clean them so that I keep my nice pristine hands. He's already got ugly hands. And then today, all I'm doing with these, a little bit of black risotto. That's straightforward with the chicken stock, garlic, onion, and then some of the ink. And then I'm going to chuck that into a little salad, I guess, and then I'm going to do some nice big calamari steaks. But it's just the methodology that's important. See, you've done this before.
1 sub 10. The trick is to try and keep it out of that ink once you've got the skin off, because otherwise it stains it.
It
Actually looks like I've been fingerprinted for a crime.
Come very close, turn around and show them. That's the ink sac.
Might as well actually just break it open.
No, don't break it open yet. I want to keep it right for the end, like that for me. For the risotto, no, Gareth, don't you dare, man. No, please, please no, please no, please no, please no. No, no. No more, no more. Gareth, no more, please. Is it coming off? Not really, yeah, soap. Thanks, bro.
Closed ya. There we go, my boy.
I feel like I know when you wash the dog. Nothing worse, I can't even.
Let's see how you look. Oh, you look beautiful.
Let me go rinse this one off. I hope you guys are packing vehicles, eh? It's a condom for whales. Just turning them inside out, finish cleaning them, and it also helps to tenderize them. Okay, now that we are ready to continue, next step up with your calamari is to cut off the little rind on the outside edge here. And then you're going to slice it open. Open it up. Now, about 30 degrees to the angle of the body, you're going to cut lines in all the way through, almost. What this is going to do is when I blanch the calamari, it's going to stop it from rolling up when I pan fry it. The trick of blanching calamari for 20 seconds is to ensure that it's tender. And in fact, once you've blanched them, you can pan fry them, deep fry them, grill them on a fire, and they still stay tender. So, Car's just making a quick little risotto. I'm going to add some of that lovely squidding to it later on. Garlic, onions, butter, olive oil. Pan fry up the arborito rice, and then add stock a little bit at a time until it keeps absorbing. Taste it, must be slightly chewy, not crunchy. Just going to grab a pot, start blanching the calamari. Now, this is critical. When you do chuck your calamari in, count to 20. Take a piece out, check if it's soft enough. If not, you can leave it in for a couple of seconds longer, but it should be done. And then once you take it out, cool it down straight away. Otherwise, you're going to end up with chewy calamari. 20 seconds. 1, 2, 4, 5, 13, 14, 17, 18, 19, 20. What I'm doing on this calamari, which I've never had to do on any other calamari before, is just cut like a 2 mil layer of skin off. For some reason, this calamari has a really thick skin that goes really chewy. But once you cut it off, it's perfect.
Universal symbol for love.
Cameraman stirs rice. Garth said when this gets dry, I must add a bit more of the stock, which I call oil. I don't know, do you think this is dry yet, or I don't know how much to add, so I'll just put about that much. I made a killer scrambled egg for breakfast though.
See, Danny, not only did you make scrambled eggs for us all this morning, you're now also officially making a risotto. Step up in the world, young man. And don't mess like that, eh? Please, a little bit more respect around the risotto, eh?
I do apologize. Julie apologized.
I think he's just been demoted to scrambling eggs again. I'm making a quick little squid salad. Some tomatoes from the market, including some cherries. Chuck them in there with raw onion, garlic. Hope no one's allergic to garlic. Chopped up fresh coriander, spring onions. Some Willow Creek lemon olive oil. Just pan fry them for a couple of seconds in some butter and olive oil. That's that. Simple little squid salad. All those nice fresh flavors. Add some honey, some fish sauce, toss it up nicely, and then the salad's ready and out the way. Like that. Squeeze a little bit of that ink. Well, yeah, you do it. Squeeze a little, like half of the or a third of the contents of that sack into there. This is where the black risotto rice comes from. And then stir that all up and you'll check. They used to make ink from this in the Mediterranean. Lapasine. So you're going to see what's going to happen here. Take it off the heat now. You don't want to cook anymore. You keep stirring it up.
That spreads, though.
Yeah. Almost the last thing to do is crush up some garlic with some chili and some salt, add some olive oil, and make a chunky aioli to pour over the lula steaks, which I'm going to fry up next. Look at that. Come here. See that? And finally, I've got to fry our calamari, give it a bit of color, serve, and eat.